Fa la 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 la. I'm over here now. Bing, bang, boom. You're done. Boom. Ronald McDonald. Meet me by my bus, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Hello, Lorenzo.
Hey there, Ronald.
Listen, I am aware that I'm an asshole. But I really don't care about all of that, though.
You know what? I'm gonna live my life the way that I want to. And you can't deny that honestly, I'm an asshole just like you. I am aware that I am an asshole. I really don't care about all of that though. I got nothing to prove. But honestly, I'm just like you. Case of ADD. I've been this way since 17. I got a fucked up brain and a really bad attitude, and I blame it on my drug abuse. So you don't wanna be too close to me, 'cause you might see my broken heart. I am aware that I am an asshole. I really don't care about all of that though. I'm living my life the way that I want to, and you can't deny that honestly I'm just like you. Just like you. Just like you. I've been so lonely for the longest time. They tell me that I'm such a lovable guy. Yeah, right. Hey, baby, 'cause I'm off my meds. Or could it be just something I said? You don't wanna be too close to me, 'cause you might see my broken heart. I am aware that I am an asshole. I really don't care about all of that though. I'm living my life the way that I want to, and you can't deny that honestly I'm just like you. Just like you. And I'm always stuck with some bad luck. I'm just a boy who's angry at his mom, and I hope in fact she breaks her back the moment I step on this ground. Don't tell me I'm not worth it, 'cause you are far from perfect. I am aware that you are all assholes. Who the hell cares about all of that though? I am aware that I am an asshole. I really don't care about all of that though. I'm living my life the way that I want to, and you can't deny that honestly I'm just like you. Just like you. Just like you. Just like you.
All right, guys, just a disclaimer. All characters and events in the show, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. All celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language, and due to its content, should not be viewed by anyone. So, what's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight? I hope you all had a very good Christmas. And I'm trying to figure out how to get this off of. There we go. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna get down to brass tacks here. This is not going to be a very long live stream. I know famous last words, right? But I saw something last night that just kind of really annoyed the shit out of me. It was right before I was going to go to sleep, though. So I'm just like, I'll cover it tomorrow. But originally, I was going to show this video. And then I realized this morning that somebody else actually made a response video. So I don't have to give this low life piece of shit even one view. I mean, it'd probably help him because he doesn't get many. But I was like, this is interesting. I really feel like everybody else needs to see this too and just listen to this buffoonery take place. It's absolutely interesting. And I think you guys are going to really, really like it. So that being said, guys, boot body cam. Let's get this taken off. Let's see. All right. So Turd Burglar made a video glazing Chris's nuts, right? Remember, Chris doesn't know who this guy is. He's I guess a weird stalker type dude. I know that I think KFAR and GE they've got some stalkers running around. So I don't know, maybe it's a situation like that. But yeah, anyway, though, this like weird guy, this nasally dude who keeps putting up like AI pictures of random people with Guy Fawkes masks on. He did a video where he tried to make some really good points and none of it made any sense and none of it was based on fact. It was just based on his loose understanding of shit, which he doesn't seem to have a very good understanding of much. But this would be about the whole Finkel situation. So basically right now, the way I'm seeing it is Chris has lost almost all of the support that he once had. People like Finkel, people like Muckster. There's a lot of people who have, even if they haven't turned against Chris, they've at least taken the time to acknowledge, like, yeah, the shit this dude says doesn't make a lot of logical sense. His timeline's not very consistent. And though, I might not call him out or talk shit on him, I can acknowledge and recognize that there's something awry going on here. There's something that doesn't make sense. I think we even got GT to admit that the other night. So, it's a slow progression, but we'll take it where we can get it, right, folks? But anyway, so TB's doing let's glaze Chris's nuts. He's like, man,
All of Chris's supporters, they're all gone now. So now it's my time to shine. It's my time now. It's kind of like when all the other girls aren't there, there's only one to choose from. You have to choose that girl because she's the only one there to choose.
So let's take off. And this is from Finkel's, guys. If you haven't already, please put Finkel's link in the chat. Shadow Finkel. He's at 591 subs on this. Help him get to 600 by end of the stream, if you will. But we're going to look at Finkel's response. Now, I'm not going to go through the first part of here because I'm not going to promote the homepage of Turd Burglar. So
do a follow-up, and guess what he did? He played the entire phone call again.
Words exactly. And yes, I will be playing that just so where this video can play without any interruptions.
He's, by the way, allegedly a good friend of Chris Ryder's. He's going to play the whole thing without any interruptions, with no edits at all, none whatsoever. Just let it play all the way through.
And we're going to see the truth, aren't we? Because that phone call tells us all we need to. So,
oh yeah, and so what Turd Burglar is trying to hone in on here is he's really, really upset over two things. He's upset over the phone call that Finkel released between him and Chris, even though Chris was trying to say his same bullshit that he pulled on Rabbit. He was trying to do this exact same thing with Finkel, right? And the other thing that makes Terrence Boyer really, really mad is just here. I'm not going to let it out yet. I'm going to let you watch this first, and then I'm going to get to it so it makes sense.
let's get to it.
Yes, apparently that phone call reveals many things that Chris doesn't want revealed unless Chris himself reveals it. Yeah, like you said, let's get to it.
Okay, so here's the famous Chris to Finkel phone call. Let me mention a few things. First, before I got a chance to sit down with it, I uploaded it where Finkel could listen to it. It said it felt it was ready to go as is. I thought, oh cool, that saves me some work. Then I decided, if I'm releasing it under my name, I'm going to listen to it first.
And as you guys can tell, I'm pretty sure that's AI Muckster right there. So
I did so and agreed there is no personal information disclosed. As I listened, there was releasing it under my name, I'm going to listen to it first. I did so and agreed there is no personal information disclosed. As I listened, so and releasing it under my name, I'm going to listen to it first. I did so and agreed there is no personal information disclosed. As I listened, there were a lot of comments I'd like to make, but that could be for another time.
I had totally forgotten about Muxter's intro and the process we went through before releasing it. We did thoroughly review it for any identifying information. We didn't think anything important about first names. There were a couple first names dropped. In fact, when Chris complained about a first name being dropped, I didn't even realize which first name he was talking about because he dropped more than one. It turns out it wasn't the first. That's the only information out there, other than some embarrassing information Chris made about meeting with prosecutors without the victims being aware. That's really what's embarrassing, Chris. There's no PII released in this video.
Instead, I'll let people do their own interpretations. If I want to do separate commentary later, that might happen. I added subtitles, but I'm sure most of you are aware that sometimes messes up words. One other thing, feel free to reuse this on your own channels, but just remember.
Yep, the FMAX standard is anything I put up on my channel. You can reproduce it all you want, and people did. Many people did. But I should be so proud for using Todd's channel to exploit Tiffany's children and violate their privacy.
No, wait, Billy. We're only 12 minutes in, man. We're just starting to cook. We're just heating up the saucepan right now.
If you try to manipulate it, this will always be here, and Chris has his own recording from his end.
Crazy stuff. So yeah, I knew that.
Hold on, Carl. Your hands free. What's up?
We're on a recorded line. I plan on keeping it to myself. I don't plan on publishing it or anything.
Yep, yeah, I'm recording you, but I'm not going to use it. I'll never use this, Finkel, because you're my bud. Because I would never clip a part of it to try and fail to make you look bad. I'm just recording it for what? Masturbation purposes later? I don't know. But he did indeed use it, which is what inspired me to release the whole thing. What's up?
We're on a recorded line. I plan on keeping it to myself. I don't plan on publishing it or anything.
Hands free. What's up?
We're on a recorded line. I plan on keeping it to myself. I don't plan on publishing it or anything. But I don't know if you're in a two-party state or not.
I'm currently in New York.
Well, just to explain, my phone, I have an app that records all of my calls. So a lot of people are getting mad because they find out that a call was recorded. Well, I would have to literally discontinue the app to make it not.
And yeah, it's very true. So Marty says people like Finkel who trusted Ryder only to find out it was all a lie are even more pissed at Ryder than those of us who never believed a word Ryder said. And that is very true because they're starting to realize but to be fair too, I mean, here's the thing is even Finkel said that there were certain things that led up to this that didn't add up or make sense. And I think that's why Finkel went the path he did, right? I mean, he saw Chris was full of shit clearly after enough time. Anyone can see that. I mean, you don't even need that much time to tell the dude's just full of dookie. Come on.
Be recorded. So that's not my point.
I can tell you from being on the receiving end of someone with his exact same mentality, which is my ex-husband, that when their emotions get out of control, they will attack whoever they are focusing on in that moment.
Well, you know what, Aaron? Whenever you have your own channel and you're doing your live streams, you can set up your comments and you can tell people to do as you wish them to do in your own chat. Until then, you're going to respect my chat, Aaron, okay? You're going to respect my channel. You're gonna respect my channel, Aaron. Okay? Or else it's basement time for Aaron, guys. Little basement time for Airy.
And Todd can't get.
By the way, while I was visiting Todd, it was a very stressful time for him and his family. They were being attempted to be a frivolous lawsuit held against them, in which case it was going to probably cost him a lot of money to defend. And if he lost, we didn't think he would lose, but if he did lose, it would cost him a lot more money. It was a very stressful time. And despite all that stress, I never saw him lose his temper towards any women in our midst. Actually, the only temper I saw him lose is on YouTube streams. So yeah, Tiffany, shut up.
That's out of his mind. And he's also supposed to be on mental
like Finkel said, Tiffany, shut up. Just shut up, Tiffany. Shut up.
health medication because he told me that when we met.
Which lawsuit, Navy girl? You got to be more specific. There's supposedly a bunch of them floating around out there. So, talking about Ryder's lawsuit, or what?
Tiffany, didn't I just tell you to shut up? Look, if you
Aaron.
truly have medical information on a person, you have no fucking business telling me another person that medical information.
I don't know. The last I heard, he was filing something against Todd. I don't know how long that's going to last. I'd imagine that give it a couple more weeks, it'll probably be concluded. But I really don't know about that, to be honest with you, Navy girl. I know he claimed to have done this and that, but once again, this is all coming from Ryder. You got to remember, so you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Information. Thankfully, for your sake, it was all bullshit. But had you really known about prescription medicines, it's none of your fucking business. In fact, you and your followers got pretty pissed off because once upon a time, Michael Ringler Kaiser did something very similar publicly.
Kick your addiction to oxygen. When I see you, I want to be there to ensure that you kick your addiction to oxygen. On July 22nd, 2024, Todd was drunk in his basement and he said, I'm going to find out where you live, Chris Ryder, and I'm going to come to your house. And what is it you say you have? A 1911? A Glock or something like that? Yeah, you're going to need them.
By the way, the first time Chris Ryder told me that story, he and I went over the video where Todd allegedly did that for 3 hours, really, really digging hard, and we could not find it. The only mention of a 1911 was Todd was guessing that you had a 1911.
And guys, you know what? Secret? Good, because that's where you belong, in the back of the camper, locked in until all the sandwiches are done. All right? And whenever there's word that they're not being done in a timely manner, that's when we start making hard lefts and hard rights. You know what I mean? Because you swerve the car hard to the left, man, that trailer, that's going to bounce.
Not that he was bringing a 1911. And by the way, being drunk in your basement has nothing to do with being drunk at your house, armed, threatening you. He wasn't threatening you. In fact, in an attempt to punish him for that fake threat, you tried EPOs, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Swing once, swing twice, strike, you're out.
That JJ was missing and his body was to be found somewhere.
I'm going to steal a line from Todd. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk while you're interrupting me.
The other prosecutor did. And Patty said, well, I don't want to be on.
Sorry.
I handled that. We're handling that to the court. Witnessed on my videos with Greg Brent, Gary Ellis, Mary Ellis, Giggles, fucking all them people with their guns and their hands on our gun stations. You think we should bring...
Oh, and by the way, my brother's keeper did come up on a panel when I had my cohorts killing time passing through Ariel and Muxer, and we reviewed Chris's accusation that they were threatening him with guns at the public courthouse of Meade County, Kentucky. And we looked at it very, very thoroughly, and even my own cohorts had to calm me down and point out There are no fucking guns. That's another swing. You already struck out, but keep swinging there, Chris.
His house to do nothing more but come out of that fucking creepy basement to come intimidate.
You argued about it on my panel that you didn't want GS to stand on a sidewalk, a public sidewalk. Yes, I live in Virginia. I'm in New York. I'm keeping the car between the lines.
He believes that Chris is lying about Generally Specific sending people to his house, which Generally Specific actually did air on his own YouTube channel.
No, dipshit. Generally Specific never aired going to Chris's house by himself or with anybody else. He never aired anything closely like that. So just like Christopher Ryder, you are a fucking liar. I hate fucking liars.
I do want to thank Aaron for channeling some Chris Ryder energy for us. It's like even when we're not covering him directly, his energy always seems to find a way to make its way back to the content at hand. So with that being said, thank you very much for that. So this guy is mad that Todd is in his basement, yet he literally streamed from a blanket for what he made on his front porch. I'd rather stream from a basement than in a blanket fort. Yeah, I would rather do a basement too. The blanket fort, I know it's got the blanket walls, but I imagine that some air still cuts through it, where at least with like a basement, at least you don't got wind resistance, right? And you can stack up a little like space heater or something. So
I really do. Correct yourself. You can be forgiven for your lies if you admit your lie and correct the course. You gonna do that? Probably. Frank, you're right.
Yep. For wanting a child to not get a protection order so much that you will pay for the attorney.
Okay, yeah, I'm stupid in my brain. You're right.
Yep.
what a way to like twist it too. Like Chris is such a Sith Lord, bro. He is such a absolutist. It's just like, so you want a kid to not have a protection order so bad? It's like, no, Chris, like nobody said that. That's literally just how you're trying to frame it because you're a manipulative psychopath, brother. That's exactly what's going on here. You're sitting here and you're trying to guilt trip Finkel for doing what he believes in his mind and heart is the right thing. And as he called it, God's will. And I think it was this whole God's will thing that I really had to laugh at the shit that TB was saying, because God, does he sound fucking retarded, and I cannot wait to rip into that little fucking turd. I really don't like that guy, guys. I really don't. He's such a little shit. He's a little coward more than anything, too. Dude's never one time stood on 2 feet and ever faced the music. At least Chris's dumbass, even when there's 6 people on panel who hate his guts, he still has the balls to at least come up and face the music. TB, you're a little fucking coward.
For wanting a child to not get a protection order so much that you will pay for the attorney.
I don't know nothing about no. Riddle me this. Follow me here. If he never, ever doxed an alleged child in his house, or that said alleged child in his house was being threatened by Todd, how am I supposed to know that the EPO order, the attempted, the swing and a miss failed EPO, 2 EPOs, 3 EPOs, I'm sorry, how am I supposed to know that that involves a child? All I know is that you made up some bullshit about GS giving $100 to some other child. Another swing, another miss. But I digest, dissect, digress. That's the word I'm looking for. I digress. Alleged.
And for those of you who didn't catch it, that was totally Finkel's way of making fun at TV for being illiterate and not being able to even attempt to pronounce words correctly. So, and let me do this real quick. We're going to look this up because we didn't get it posted earlier. So I'm going to post it first. We'll keep this going though.
Replaying this entire phone call is what? Using a channel to exploit Tiffany's children and to violate the privacy. You, sir, have allegedly exploited Tiffany's children and violated their privacy because you, sir, played the entire thing uncut, unedited. Tisky Tisky, shut the fuck up.
Oh, that was the end of it? Okay. Then dang, I'm gonna be forced. I'm literally going to be forced to show what was said. So I'm gonna have to give that little shit stain a view. Oh god, I don't like it. All right, Billy. We'll see you soon, buddy. All right. Let's do this. See who's faster on the trigger. We'll just start halfway through the call, I guess, is what we'll do. All right, so we're going to listen to some of the call, and then we'll listen to what this genius has to say afterwards. Hope you're doing well too, Jeff. Mods, if you could, please put a link for Jeff's channel up there, please.
And a half ago by text. When that didn't work on May 2nd, 2025, I did an official cease and desist recorded on a live stream, and then again on your channel on September 11th, I did another cease and desist, and I let him know that children were in the house that he was sending people to. On September 11th, God sent people.
And he very clearly and very publicly said he means you no harm.
He don't, maybe, but what do you mean he means me no harm? When he's sending people to our house under the impression that I'm a pedophile,
Todd
and they're on our doorstep.
Okay, now this is where we're going to get into some, like, just, oh my God, okay. I can't hold it anymore. So if you guys remember earlier, I said there was two things that it seems like TB's really just butthurt about. The first thing is the fact that Finkel got this secret behind the scenes call and Chris doesn't call TB. But what he's even more mad about is whenever he did this interview with Finkel the other night, he got upset because he tried to claim that it was him and Chris that brought down Fraud at Wrangler, and they had everything to do with it, and Shiz had nothing to do with it. And Finkel literally just laughed at him, just plain up laughed at him and treated him like a small little child. And if you guys remember, I mean, this has been like an ongoing problem with both TB and Chris trying to get their hands involved in it. There was even a point where Jeff and Shiz had to actually tell Chris to stop fucking around so that if there is a prosecution, it's done correctly. Because if you get your hands in there and you muddy with shit, it could change results. So once again, this is something that I think TB really wants to get out, is he's the one that took down Michael Kaiser, goddammit, when that's not really the case at all whatsoever. Michael Kaiser took himself down in the end. That's my personal opinion. That's my hot take. Once again, take it, leave it. I also don't know a lot about the situation. I've said that to many people, but from what I can see, oh yeah, I can definitely see that. So
No,
Power
Finkel, you
over
were
other
listening.
people.
On right birthday.
Take a deep breath.
It's a protection
Monster's
of
in
the
here, isn't he?
citizens against government. It's not a protection of citizens against citizens. He has no fucking right for his constitutional free speech
Take a
to come
deep
here to our
breath.
fucking house.
He's worried about making God have guns.
Before you fucking take an oath to it.
You're one of them. He
I
sent someone to our house on September 11th at 5:33 p.m. He again sent someone to our house August 28th, 2025. He organized a group meeting starting on August 28th, 2025 at 11:39 p.m. I have the all time stamps. I have it all recorded. And then he retaliated for me reporting to the police on September 8th,
Okay,
2025,
all right,
and
all right.
again
Chris,
on September 13th.
Chris.
So basically what this is Chris, like, instead of calling Finkel and going, hey, I want to show you all this stuff. He's got Finkel driving. Finkel tells him he's driving. And he wants to, like, in my opinion, it seems like he wants to try to overwhelm Finkel to make him feel bad. And here's the thing is, once again, Chris, this is just another situation where I think you could have gone about it in a lot better way. Kind of like the call that you made to Rabbit the other day. I mean, What the fuck was that about, dude? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, was it on Christmas Day or the day before? I mean, either way, Jesus, bro, you have a way with words, man. I'll tell you, you have a way with words, buddy.
25.
Chris.
And I have 4 pages of
Chris.
What?
I know you say all this, and I prayed that today in court, God's will be done, because I don't know if it's Chris, I don't know if it's Todd.
It was out of jurisdiction, Finkel. God's will didn't do shit.
Well, I prayed for God's will, and what happened?
Wrong jurisdiction.
Did you pick up more charges?
No, I have the same charges. Those are from Chris Ruff from back in February.
We had those over 2 months ago when we first met with the prosecutors at the library.
Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. Chris Ruff lives where? Arizona? You're where? Indiana?
He called 911
Today
and he said that I told him to call, that JJ was missing and his body was to be found somewhere.
I'm going to steal a line from Todd. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk while you interrupting me. Okay. So roughly somewhere out west, you're in Indiana, and your court today was in Kentucky. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as everyone started leaving the court, several sheriff's deputies came to you. What did they want with you?
No, I was served the paperwork from February at the beginning of court, before court started. The deputies were protecting us
today.
Because even the court sees a real threat and a real problem.
So I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm really just trying to find the part specifically where Chris tries to claim that Killa was at his house. I just find that fucking comical as shit. Fucking hilarious as shit, dude. I'm just trying to I don't remember all this. I saw it last night, like I said, but I'm trying to there's a part where Finkel's making a lot of sense, and then Chris gets pretty much defeated in that argument and rebuttal. So then he has to like hop to like the next thing. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Chris has done it so many times live on panel. Like you'll sit there, you'll pin him in a corner, and he'll go with the whataboutisms. Well, what about this? What about that? And Finkel did the same thing in this call. He pins him. He goes, well, what about Killa being in front of my house and taking pictures of my house? And it's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about, Chris? And it just goes to show that if I know he's lying for sure about one thing, it brings into question all the other things he says. Just like whenever certain people conduct themselves in a certain way after a long period of time, and you can pick up on those patterns, and you can be like, I should probably distance myself like away from that, because if they were lying about this, then maybe I need to talk to other people, because they could have been lying about everything else that they had biased me against or told me about previously, you know?
Problem here, they were escorting us.
The summons was from February.
And you were served in Kentucky.
The summons was from where Chris Ruff.
And guys, the real 2PS squared said boot body cam. Killa was there to teach him. It was how there to teach a general contractor how to fix things correctly. Yeah. Hey, that's the thing, guys, is what Ryder doesn't tell you is that Tiffany stopped up the toilet, so they called Killa to help flush it.
Called 911 and said that it was on behalf of me. He called Meade County, Kentucky's 911.
Yeah. So Dove, everyone with at least 2 brain cells to rub together, they totally understand that in that context. But see, Chris is not like the rest of us. He's a very special boy, and he truly thinks everything really is about him. Chris is the main character, guys. You cannot forget that. I mean, and no one can argue that. I mean, if you look online for the last 2 years, Chris has definitely been the main character. You know, and no, I don't think Ruff called 911 at all. Now, could Ruff maybe have called like the non-emergency number and inquired on what the fuck was being posted that day? Yeah, he definitely could have. And that's the thing is, you know, you do have a right to do that. I think that shit happens all the time, where there's different retards who will commit murders and other things on live streams. And guess what happens? Like, you'll never guess, like the local PD in that area, they get calls from viewers and stuff. It's like the craziest shit. So, you know, once again, there's a difference between being very malicious in it. Yeah, like I'm not going to even touch further into that, honestly.
He said that I was saying to him that he needed to emergency call because JJ's body was somewhere missing. And they did, put it on record and said that it was me menacing. So I got charged with menacing because Chris Russ and JJ colluded.
When were you charged with menacing?
In February.
What did they want with you today?
They wanted to give me the paperwork from February.
Okay.
We have the recording where the prosecutor said that she was just.
Now listen to what Tiffany's making a claim about. Okay, she's saying that so Ryder got a charge back in February of this year, and they were making the claim that they, I guess, made some type of backroom deal with the prosecutor to where if they didn't talk about the case anymore, he wouldn't get charged with menacing. So what does Chris do for the following months afterwards? He keeps going down the same fucking path. So it's just like, was there really as much corruption? And it's just like, if Tiffany's going to allege corruption, it kind of comes back to what Killa kind of stated the other night about, well, there's different corruptions, if you will, like some that actually help the people, some that don't. You know, that's the question is this corruption, Tiffany? Is this something to benefit you? Or is this something working against you? Because it kind of almost seems like you like to play both sides of the fence, like for whenever it's convenient for you. And I'm just sitting here trying to figure out, like, who learned this tactic first? Was this something that you already knew of and you taught it to Chris? Was this something that Chris already knew of and he taught it to you? Or was it a situation where you both were already pretty good at it? So once you guys eloped and got together, you were like, we can fucking manipulate anybody into anything.
Sitting on them. And she had them, she was just sitting on them, and she gave them to Chris today in retaliation for us fucking trying to get a protective order. I have the recording. I have the documentation.
And she told me that I would receive them if I opened.
Have you guys ever noticed how, like, it's like Chris and Tiffany, they always say that they have the recordings, they have the documentation, and then very rarely do they ever produce it. But then Chris's excuse is always, well, I'm saving it for the judge. I'm saving it for court. But then every time he goes to court, it's always like a negative result for him. It just, the math's not mathing to me. It doesn't make sense, right? If you put peanut butter on one slice of bread, you put peanut butter jelly on the other one, and you put it together, you know, you shouldn't get a fucking ham sandwich, right? Like, you should have a peanut butter and jelly if I'm correct in that. So
my mouth on YouTube about my case. She did not want to be on YouTube, is what she said. The other prosecutor, the felony prosecutor, the more professional one, he looked, yeah, there's your Constitution. So he looked right at her in the eyes and he said, no, what he is doing, he is constitutionally protected. That's his First Amendment. Told Patty that. The other prosecutor did. And Patty said, well, I don't want to be on YouTube. He better not.
I believe,
and then he talked to her.
I believe in yours and Todd's right to go in public wherever you want to go. I believe in yours and Todd's right.
Are you okay?
very good point, Secret. I'll leave the sandwich making up to the professionals, okay? I will, I promise.
Are you okay if I bring my 10-year-old with me? Is that cool with you?
Well, that's up to you. You're the adult and that 10-year-old's
so should I have to worry about him?
Huh?
Should I have to worry about him being there?
Oh, my God. You are such a drama queen.
How am I drama queen? Do you think would you bring a 10-year-old to the courthouse seeing what we've been through?
Dude, Finkel, I'll tell you right now, brother. I'm just gonna give you some words of advice, okay? And I know, you know, I shouldn't be giving you life advice because you're a lot older than I am, and you know what the fuck would I know about anything, right? But the whole like acting like a woman thing, if you're not really down for that, Chris is not going to help you with that whatsoever. I can tell you that right now. It's just not going to happen. So
I would not. You should not.
Okay. Well, how am I supposed to not do that?
If the 10-year-old
had school for summer, Finkel.
Oh, come on. Think it through.
You don't know.
If the 10-year-old has...
You don't know.
I know.
We have had him the whole time. His dad is abusive. We have had him here the whole time. Tiffany.
Okay, so hold on. So here's another inconsistency, see, Chris. So if you've only had one child there the whole time, then why for the past 2 years do you keep going on these different panels and keep lying on your live streams and your videos that you publish, making it seem like you're taking care of children? I mean, if you go back, you that's your go-to word, the children, children. Well, Chris, children would indicate that there's multiple, right? Children versus child. And then it seems like over the last couple of months, you've been kind of consciously checking yourself. And instead of always blurting out children, you only do it about 75% of the time. Then the other 25, you realize there's people in there who are going to call you out. So you go, child. But then you revert back to like factory settings a couple days later. And you're like, yeah, it's just for the children. It's for the children. Like, tell me, Chris, how can you place a restraining order on a child that hasn't been seen by either of you guys in over a year? How would you know if they're in danger when you don't have any contact? Isn't that so fucking weird, guys? Isn't that so fucking weird? So, and the guys, welcome Anya and Billy in the chat. Anya would know, just considering that she is there for the time. So, but that's the whole thing. Is it's just like that's what pisses me off about it. Is Chris and Tiffany, dude, you try to weaponize the kids against everybody else, and then you sit there, and then when they try to call you out on it, then it's everybody else coming after the kids. And that's why so many of these people who used to support you, they're starting to turn around and they're just like, I'm not sure anymore, man. I'm really not sure about this.
Just got paperwork less than 3 weeks ago.
Sounds like you have an issue with the 10-year-old's dad.
Who cares?
If you don't care, well, I'm sorry.
I handled that. We're handling that through the court process.
Okay, good for you.
My point is you're acting like he don't live with us. He's lived with us all along.
What does that have to do with me? I don't act like he does or does not live with you.
That's also a lie, Chris. That's also a lie. I'm not going to get into specifics or even allege or make you guys understand exactly what he's talking about. What I will say is Chris just said a lie right there. He's still being dishonest. And that's the problem that I have about Chris, is that Chris just fucking lies about everything, dude. And he lies so much that he cannot keep up with the lies he's told. And that's why his stories are ever changing. Ever, ever, ever changing.
For protection. You don't understand why we're protecting the children. So here's the deal. When we both have to be the court, if we are the only people responsible for that 10-year-old child who's now just turned 11, we have to bring him with us to court.
And what is court? It's protected by, if it's federal marshals, if it's county.
On the fucking videos, you idiot.
I have not seen a 10-year-old in videos related to you.
You just said that you would not bring a 10-year-old to that environment.
I would not bring a 10-year-old to confront somebody. I would bring a 10-year-old or a 14-year-old or a 5-year-old to court if it pertained to that person.
Under the same circumstances that you have witnessed on my videos with Greg Brent, Gary Ellis, Mary Ellis, Giggles, fucking all the
That's the problem, Chris, is none of the videos that you put out show anything anyone has to worry about. They're literally videos of you freaking the fuck out and you trying to press a confrontation. I've seen the videos, Chris. You can't lie about it. And all the other people that have seen the videos, you can't lie to them either. It's such bullshit. And you're sitting here and you're trying to lie and manipulate Finkel. And dude's just trying to drive down the fucking highway, I think, to get maybe back home. I don't know.
People with their guns and their hands on their guns cases, you think we should bring...
Look, that's not my issue.
That is your issue, because that's what you're fucking talking about on YouTube. I want a protection order for that child.
What I'm talking about on YouTube is for God's will to be done, and it sounds to me like my aunt.
Whoever it is, it's an old sock account, Jeff. That's the I smell the whole foot, or I lick the whole foot's old picture I remember. So back in the good old days. So won't worry about it too much.
Prayer was answered.
Your prayer ain't shit, dude, because you were praying for the wrong fucking thing. And I'm telling you right now that all you're doing is putting a 10-year-old life in danger.
I pray for God's will to be done.
Yeah, right, Aaron.
And you say I'm praying for the wrong thing.
I hope he does. I truly hope he does. And part of that, I would argue, would be not purposely putting that stepchild like as in front of you as a shield, and then yeah.
Well, no, because I know what you're fucking leaning towards. You say it clearly, Finkel.
I did not
on your live stream.
Look, I did not pray for Todd to win. I did not pray for Chris to win. I prayed for God's will to be done.
You think Todd
and you think me praying for God's will to be done, I'm praying for the wrong way.
Here, listen. We were there for a child's protection order today. That's the case. You said today, in this case, meaning the child's protection order, you think Todd is in the right.
No.
That's what you said.
I said with the information I have, I think Todd has rights and your EPO is trying to take those rights away from him.
The judge chose the guns. I didn't. And no, he should not have guns. If he's threatening people to stop breathing oxygen, saying he's coming to their house, if he's going to my lawyer's house and taking photographs, if he's coming to my courtrooms, my court hearings, for one reason, to intimidate me, with a gun on his hip, or at least a holster, meaning he brought his gun 10 minutes away from his house to do nothing more but come out of that fucking creepy basement to come intimidate me, then why do you think he needs fucking guns?
I get it. You've dealt with Kaiser, you've dealt with JJ, and you've dealt with Ray.
This is not Kaiser or JJ, this is Todd.
After dealing with those, you are traumatized and you are now paranoid. And
no, I am not paranoid.
And you're paranoid, you're going over the top.
Environment for my child, you dumbass.
If you find out how much the Sims guy cost GS, let me know. I want to help GS with that.
You go ahead and pay for him. It doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter. Pay for him.
All right.
I don't care about your money. I think you're stupid in your brain.
Okay, yeah, I'm stupid in my brain. You're right.
Yep. For wanting a child to not get a protection order so much that you will pay for the attorney.
I don't know nothing about no child.
All right, Giggle. So what's going on right now is there's a video that was done last night, and I'm basically going back through and reviewing it. I've been letting it play out just because obviously we've got some people in here. If anyone's had to go to work today, I'm pretty sure this is the wind down time. So I'm letting it play out. But I'm looking for the part where he lies about Killa and where TB lies about Killa too. And in the in-between, we're listening to what writers basically said to Finkel on that phone call. So that's what's going on right there. Dumbwaiter filed the EPO and the checkbox, not the judge. Let's get that on the record. Yes. Let's see here. What the fuck? That sounds about right, Aaron. You're a little mangrove juice. Yeah, we're gonna be. Trust me, guys. There's gonna be some stuff that we're gonna be covering here probably in a couple months that I got to look into it a lot more first. But there's some pretty disturbing things. I will be honest with you guys that I have been shown in the last couple of weeks, and I think it definitely needs some attention brought to it. So I'll just leave it at that.
I know that you publicly.
God, dude, why don't you just scream in the phone? That's all I did. That's all I did. Like, holy fuck, Chris, dude, you are so fucking unhinged, bro.
Okay, yeah, I'm stupid in my brain. You're right.
Yep. For wanting a child to not get a protection order so much that you will pay for the attorney.
I don't know nothing about no child. I know that you publicly claimed that GS was violating your rights. All GS was talking about was
I did not. You're lying.
No.
You're lying. I didn't say God violated my rights.
The internet
I'm stupid enough to think that a citizen owes me rights.
You argued about it on my panel that you didn't want GS to stand on a sidewalk, a public sidewalk.
He has a house.
I don't care. It's a public sidewalk.
My 10-year-old is inside. He has made bricks.
I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. Yeah, it is a public sidewalk, but let's be fair. I mean, would you guys really want somebody right outside in front of your house just sitting there, you know? And it's just like, yeah, it is a public sidewalk, but there's also like stalking and different other statutes and all this other shit. It'll probably be better not to do that. Like, I would personally say that, like, that's not a smart idea. Like, I would never do that myself. I mean, you guys are all grown adults most of you are for the most part. So you can do what you guys want, but me personally, no, you're never gonna find me driving past people's houses, taking pictures, following them, any of that creepy shit that I have seen go on. I really have seen that shit go on. And I've actually been fucking baffled by it, right? Because I'm just like, holy fucking shit. Like, I know shit crosses on the internet, but when we're getting to the point where like you've got different pictures of people and their trucks and other shit like that, or people's houses, and I've seen multiple different creators do this. I'm not even specifically talking about Chris. That's just not something I would personally do. That's where I draw the line. And once again, that's my personal flavor. That's just for me. So
Take care of your 10-year-old and stop violating people's rights.
I'm not violating his rights by him coming and standing on my sidewalk with 10 people after physically threatening me.
Take a deep breath.
You understand what happens if I get in a fight
Take a deep breath.
and my 10-year-old here? What if there's 10 people like he claims? What happens when I lose the fight?
Okay. You got plenty.
And I know Navy Girl, no one's saying that he did. I'm just saying that, that's something Chris is trying to allege. Because I think maybe Todd might have fucked with him one time and said he would. So what's up, MBK? What's up, MBK? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing good. I hope you had a good Christmas. Same for all 108 of you guys in here right now. I hope you all had a very good holiday. If you don't celebrate Christmas, you celebrate a different tradition. I hope it was a good one. I hope you got a good time with your family in. So
Paper. Write this down.
Like I said, I got to record it.
Write down 911, and then after we get off this call, plug it into your phone as a speed dial. And when all these black helicopters come after you, push 911 on speed dial and take care of business.
Okay, so was it my imagination, the person that was taking pictures from my driveway?
No, Chris Ruff sent somebody to take a picture from your driveway.
Todd did.
Todd
did it.
Oh, come on.
here we go. Now he's saying Todd did, and I think this is the part where he actually tries to convince Finkel that Killamilla was in his front yard, bro.
2 weeks ago.
Okay. If you say so.
No, okay. I have a for sale sign in my truck that I put up on a certain day less than 2 weeks ago. That sign is in the photograph, you idiot.
Do you remember that number I
It's on
said?
Todd's channel.
Do you remember that number?
And yeah, Bizinga, he was selling that truck that the brakes didn't work on it. Probably needed a whole new set of lines. It's probably why the module was not working. I guarantee he probably had contaminated fluid. He was running through that, and it just gave on him.
What you
And I also have the security footage of people driving by, taking pictures, and the person with curly long hair coming out of the back of his hat and a pink shirt coming up in my driveway and taking the pictures from the position where Todd used the photograph on his screen. And then he said, Killamilla was pretending to be a reporter, and he said he is standing outside in my driveway, and I could come out and fight him.
What?
Okay, you said.
Okay, here we go. This is where he said it right here, chat. Listen to what he says.
Okay, if you say so. Sounds like you get all the evidence.
Shirt coming up in my driveway and taking the pictures from the position where Todd used the photograph on his screen. And then he said, Killamilla was pretending to be a reporter, and he said he is standing outside in my driveway, and I could.
He said Killamilla is pretending to be a reporter and is standing in my driveway.
Come out and fight him.
To come out and fight him. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Look, Todd, I know you won't take my word because it's only one of hundreds of Finkles, but listen, dude, I'm telling you, a smart thing for you to do maybe tomorrow would be to restream that live stream where we had that panel with Killa and show exactly what Killa said and the whole context of everything, because that's just going to make a great video. It's just going to show Chris to be a liar. I mean, yeah, there's these mountain of other lies that we have, but I know you've got access to that footage. It might not be on members only, but you have the footage and you should release it. You should let people see what was talked about on that night, what Killa said, because I'm pretty sure I might have been there too. Maybe I wasn't, but yeah, it's pretty funny. So now, guys, now Killamilla wanted to go up and fist fight Chris, is what Chris is saying. That's so fucking crazy. That's crazy.
Okay, if you say so, sounds like you got all the evidence you need. Why are you calling me?
Because you're going against a child's protection order.
All right, guys, it's just breaking. Killa was at Jeff's house too last night, at times, allegedly. And whenever Jeff woke up, Killa took out his little pocket knife and he sliced his fucking ring finger. Yeah. If you guys don't believe me, whatever, I'm sticking to that because that's what I was told, you know? God, guys, I really have to ask Killamilla, like, what he's like, did he have the brass knucks on him? Like, is that why he was going to fight Chris? I mean, what's going on here? Usually, like, reporters like report, they don't like go up and try to fist fight people. Usually they like ask for like an interview or like questions, right? I don't know. I mean, there might have been a few times where I've seen them do like a street interview and they're like, hey, what's your name? And then boom, they just fucking plow him in the face. Thank you. Back to Wally.
I'm worried about you. You're fucked up in your brain right now. I don't know what the fuck happened to you.
I live in Virginia. I'm in New York. I'm keeping the...
Exactly, Rabbit. Fucking exactly. Not only, but we have photographic evidence of Killa being a subversive and a duplicitous twit and slicing fingers off, dude. Killa, dude. That's the thing. I think Killa's trying to slice other people's fingers off. That way they don't take his turd flushing job away from him. You know, think about it. Less people with fingers to flush, more in demand you will be.
Car between the lines, and I'm under the speed limit. Why are you worried about me? You should be worried about a 10-year-old.
Your brain,
and all, okay.
Because your brain, something went wrong with it.
Well, it seems to be functioning. I'm keeping it between the lines.
Well, you seem to be functioning back when you cared about the protection of children.
Oh,
now you don't.
Paranoia will destroy you. There's a little green man in my head.
Okay, I know why she's leaving you. I know why all this is happening to you. You need to get help, Finkel.
Okay.
I love you, and I'll never talk to you again.
Okay.
And this is my boundary you've crossed.
Cool.
Goodbye.
Cheerio. Ta-ta. Toodles.
Well, guys, as you just seen, that is the video, and that tells us the story. That tells us why Finkel is so upset with Chris. He believes.
Guys, who seemed more upset on that call, guys? Finkel, who never raised his voice one time, or Chris, who at one point was like literally screaming into the phone? I mean, geez, like, did you just get a huge loogie over both your eyes and your ears while you were slobbing on it, TV? I mean, holy shit, man. Did you just not watch the whole video? So like you released the video in its entirety, but you didn't listen to it in its entirety, I guess, because you must have missed the part where Chris is screaming.
Believes that Chris is lying about Generally Specific sending people to his house, which Generally Specific actually did air on his own YouTube channel.
Oh my God, dude. I'll tell you what, man, they have to make these types of models in the factory or something. And then they must toss them down a couple flights of stairs because I can't explain the stupidity here. I am sorry. Like, when I heard the rest of this, guys, I'm just like, I have to cover this tomorrow. Other people have to hear these words because they're just words of pure genius. Pure genius.
Finkel, he's involved.
Finkel doesn't sound like he wants to say fecal so bad because he's just obsessed with poop. Fecal.
Hey, Finkel, love me. Pay attention to me, Finkel.
If he's going to sit there and promote shit like that, then yes, he has the right to go to court and be told this is a crime. It's stalking.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, TB? Can anyone else make this out? Like I've watched this twice now and I'm not even understanding that. Like that sentence did not flow. It did not make logical sense. Say it one more time, buddy.
He's involved. If he's going to sit there and promote shit like that, then yes, he has the right to go to court and be told this is a crime. It's stalking, it's harassment, it's being a nuisance, annoying. Now, whether you like it or not, it's true. Just because you and him spent 3 hours looking for this fucking video doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm sure people out here in this world, even on YouTube, can tell you, yeah, Generally Specific did do that. But
No,
oh
he
my
didn't.
God, I cannot believe.
No, he didn't. And trust me, I'm the last one to stick up for that dude, but I will tell the truth. No, but he didn't fucking send anybody on that panel. I don't even remember if I was on it or not, but God, you guys are fucking idiots, man. I'm sorry, you guys are straight idiots.
I seen something, and I've got to ask you, Finkel, are you new to fucking religion, or are you just plain dumb?
Right here.
So let me explain this, and I want everybody.
Yes, guys, let TB break down this shit. All right, like
to really absorb this.
Absorb it.
Finkel.
Absorb.
When you pray, and you pray for stuff like God's will be done, your prayer is not going to be answered. Damn. I mean, how dumb are you?
How dumb are you?
God gave us free will. There's no changing that. He has made it so where our will is not overstepped on his, and vice versa. We have our own.
Wait, what do you mean, and vice versa? So then you're saying that what you're saying right now makes no logical sense, TB, because you just said that when you pray for God's will, you're basically not going to get your prayer answered because we are men and we have our own will. God gave us our own will. But then you sit there and go vice versa, so that one doesn't go over the other. So it sounds like, by what your own words, TV, like either one could happen, right? I'm sorry, guys. I fucking heard this before I was going to sleep, and I started laughing.
Choices in life. God is not going to interfere with that. So asking God to have his will be done is plain and simple stupid.
There's so many sound bites, guys.
It makes no logical sense. Why would God interfere? He gave us free will.
Hey, I hope all you dumbasses are fucking listening up here, all right? You guys are getting a college fucking course right now for free.
Now, sometimes some people...
As it sounds like somebody put too much in the washer or dryer. Listen really closely.
People do stupid shit that they shouldn't be doing. But do you see God stopping them? God would want us to pray to stop these people from doing stupid shit. But he doesn't interfere. Because we have free will. So yeah, your prayer did not come true because God wouldn't even listen to stuff like that. Now, if you pray for something like better health, yeah, God's going to send you a message. Hey, you might want to listen to your fucking doctor and actually get some fucking help and stop drinking. Congratulations, he spoke to you. But Finkel,
was that TB's like super like limp-wristed attempt at trying to like throw shade at Finkel? Because if it was, man, you need to get a little bit better at like burning people, man. You cut deep, all right?
It was stupid for you to even pray for that.
It was
Let
stupid.
alone you're trying to base everything that Chris has lied about on things that you haven't seen. Just because
Wouldn't that be like you believing everything that Chris drops in your throat because you like the fact that he drops it in your throat? So remember, this is the guy who wants Chris Ryder to like him so much that he made this facade go on for like 7 or 8 months that he called CPS on Kfar's kids. And I said for the whole time, I didn't think he actually did it. I think he's just a weird fucking guy and he's lying about it. And sure enough, he admitted to Bao that one night that he was lying about the entire time. But think about this, chat. He did this all to earn Chris Ryder's nuts. And then Chris Ryder turned around, and when I called him out about this whole thing with TV, he literally said, I don't even know who that is. Even though there's video proof that he was on his panel talking about him making the alleged call to CPS. And then Chris is sitting there trying to justify it.
because you haven't seen it does not mean it didn't happen. I know that Chris was having people come to his house, and it was led by Generally Specific. And if I remember correctly,
Yeah, guys, Secret has really a good point. I put a lot of fucking hard work into this, okay? And I've got 110 people in here right now and only 55 likes, all right? Like, you guys, if you're going to come to my house, you're going to get my wife's name fucking right, all right? We're going to start laying some respect on Boot, all right? Big baby Boot, lay the respect down. You understand? All right, you come to my channel, you respect it. Damn it. And yeah, shut up, Swag.
it was Killamilla that went to his house and took those photos. I don't know who did the Thomas Clay photo, but that should have never been done anyway.
What? What the fuck did you just say, TV? Let's rewind this back. We need to double take this shit.
It was Killamilla that went to his
Here
house.
we go. Here we go. Another lie. So
Let alone
we know TB lied about the CPS thing. He's a known liar at this point online. He's also a known coward. I know that much too. But let's listen to him regurgitate a fucking Chris Ryder lie that he's never seen, right? Because if he saw the panel, he would show the panel, you would think, right?
you're trying to base everything that Chris has lied about on things that you haven't seen. Just because you haven't seen it does not mean it didn't happen.
So time the fuck out. So which one is it? A minute ago, you said that people are basing shit off of what they haven't seen and it's wrong. And then in the same breath, a minute later, you're sitting there and saying that it's okay, that just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Holy shit, the fucking mental gymnastics with this dude. Oh my God. Wow. So, but I mean, I guess that's the thing is you're feeling lonely and irrelevant around Christmas time. I get it, TV. So you were like, how can I put out a 20-minute video? Oh, I get it. I'll throw my shitty ass intro in there. That takes up 10 minutes alone. And then I'll put in 30 seconds of commentary, and then I'll play Muckster's entire video because he said anyone can play it all the way through if they want to. And I'll take advantage of that. And then I'll just tag on some fucking dumbass shit that makes no fucking sense and literally goes against itself, talking about religion and then regurgitating a fucking Chris Ryder lie that Killamilla went to Chris's house to report on him slash street beef fight him or some shit. I mean, God, it's a crazy story. Let's continue it.
I know that Chris was having people come to his house, and it was led by Generally Specific. And if I remember correctly, it was Killamilla that went to his house and took those photos.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's the thing, guys, is I'm not sure if Terry's being honest about the whole like getting back to work at Amazon. Like maybe he's still out and maybe he just forgot how work kind of like works, how you like have to work, wake up every day. And for as smart as TB tries to play it off, you think he would know the state Killa lives in and the state that Chris lives in and go, a guy who works, 6-7 days a week. I wonder how he can go and make that huge trip and do all that so easily. It's just like fucking clearly, guys, Killa is magical. I think that's what it is. I think Killa is a magician. And listen, just hear me out here, okay? Killa tried to add my finger to his war trophy necklace that night. It's impossible. And that's what I was going to say. I think that Killa is a magician or like a warlock. I think that's why he was trying to get Jeff's finger when he sliced it, because he was trying to use Jeff's finger for some weird voodoo shit. Because I think Killa's trying to play the long game. You know what I'm saying? Like the long game. It's just a theory I got, guys, But that, that just comes from me because, I've got a very duplicitous mindset, I've heard. So boo boot,
I don't know who did the Thomas Clay photo, but that should have never been done anyway.
That should never do.
That's stalking and harassing. It's a crime. Whether you're on a public sidewalk or not, it is the intent that you have when you're sitting there on the sidewalk that matters. And that's what you fail to see. Yes, anybody can walk up and down the sidewalk. No problem. But if they are there to harass a person who lives in a house, that ain't right. And you should have stepped up and said, you know what? Maybe we can't find it. A lot of people seem to think it did happen. Maybe it did. Who knows? Maybe some of us would have actually had the fucking video. I could have probably asked my people, can we have the video? Does anybody have the video? And they would probably deliver that video to me. And I could have gave it to you.
Oh, you could have?
Now, I know I don't have it because it didn't concern me.
Oh, well, wait.
But I did see.
Time out, though. So time the fuck out. Which one is it? Is it A or is it B? I mean, is there something I'm missing?
It. And I can tell you now, it happened. See,
but I can tell you that it didn't happen, and you're a fucking quack. Because I was there either in panel or watching it live. And that's not the way it happened at all. So, okay.
This is where Chris and Tiffany are having a problem.
This is where Chris and Tiffany really need me to step in now. They kicked me off the bench, but then everybody left the bench, so I came back to the bench. And since I'm the only one left on the bench, Chris and Tiffany were like, we need to call the last player we have.
Understanding you. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen. And yet you're wanting to help Generally Specific pay for his fucking lawyer because you didn't want to believe it? Man, you really should have been told about the Jeffrey Dahmer thing a
long get this. This is great. This is
long time ago. I don't even know how long this video was, but yeah, somebody should have told you then and there. But then again, I think whatever happened to you might have really screwed your brain. Because that is quite simply the dumbest thing you could have ever fought for. Generally Specific is wrong for that. And whether you like it or not, yeah, a judge can take his guns away. But overall, I'm glad I sat down with you and you gave me no answers. I gave you the opportunity to prove to us Chris was lying. You gave us...
Yeah, you asked him how did he know that Chris was lying, and then he quite literally gave you an example, and then you, just like Chris, didn't like that, and didn't have anything to say back because you think at like a mile, like maybe a mile a minute. It's pretty slow. But you know, you just couldn't take the you couldn't take the answer, man.
Nothing. The only thing you could come up with was a freaking Michael Kaiser video that sent him to jail that you obviously didn't want to believe. But then again, here you go. Not wanting to believe because you didn't see it. But I am going to go ahead and end it here because I need to get to work soon, and I'm not going to miss that. But I do have a very particular message I need to send out. It's actually concerning Killamilla. Killamilla, we actually did find your order, and it will be shipped out very soon. I mean, it did take us a long time to actually find a...
Oh, I actually missed this part. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I missed this part. Ha! So, Terry, are you alluding to using your job at Amazon to try to locate somebody's personal information for like malicious intents? Because that's like a fucking felony, I think, there, Terror Bear. I'm pretty sure that's like a felony, bro. So I know you want to just like be recognized and like be cool and everything, but I know that like you don't get this, but seriously, I would recommend that you probably not say shit like that, because that's the thing, man, is what happens if people are like, well, what the fuck, like, Amazon is a big company, and if they do have a lot of information on people. So I'm just saying, Terror Bear, if you're making it seem like, oh, speaking of my work, I found you, Killamilla. Like, ooh, that's, what? Let's actually go back and hear him say it one more time real quick, guys.
Obviously didn't want to believe. But then again, here you go. Not wanting to believe because you didn't see it. But I am going to go ahead and end it here because I need to get to work soon, and I'm not going to miss that. But I do have a very particular message I need to send out. It's actually concerning Killamilla. Killamilla, we actually did find your order, and it will be shipped out very soon. I mean, it did take us a long time to actually find a thimble-size penis pump that you ordered. I mean, we stopped running them back in February 7th, 2025. We don't know why, but we did have one left in stock, so it will be sent out to you. Unfortunately, you won't be able to use it before your date on New Year's. It will be there on the 3rd. So hopefully you don't get too pissed off. But hey, it's at least coming. But definitely take your time on using it. Oh, and I also forgot.
That's so lame, dude. Is that really the best you've got? Dude, Killa's like the dude in the wheelchair in Scary Movie 2, where like the girl's trying to touch him. He's like, you think I can't do it myself because I'm handicapped? Watch. And he just folds over like Marilyn Manson. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Killa's got to worry, guys. I really don't think that. But that being said, you also have to get a lot better, Terry, at like some like really good insults. Like, you come up with like 11-year-old insults, and you're older than I am. I'm just saying, like, you could polish up the making fun of people department, sweep and mop, clean up the shelves a bit, tidy up, because they're not really landing too well, man. It's kind of like those punches that like you throw in your dreams where like you swing as hard as you can, but you never connect or you never land. That's kind of like your jokes, man. I'm sorry.
Not to mention, we did also find your PEX tubing about the same size, and we did get a sample of it for about, I think it was like 3 inches you asked for. Yeah, it's on its way too. But But everybody, let's get on out of here, and I will see you in the next one.
Yeah, we're not watching that. So, but yeah, I thought that was really funny, guys. I found that just to be absolutely hilarious. Just the shit that they were saying about how Killa went to Chris's house now to go. I'm just trying to figure out, was this before or after he made a stop at Jeff's? Because I don't know. Maybe let's think here. So to there, to there, to there. I mean, maybe he did the fucking loop around. Like maybe he was mad that like he got chased off at Riders. So then he took that anger and then that's why he sliced Jeff. I'm not sure, guys. But I would recommend that in an hour here when he goes live, we definitely ask him all these questions. Like, hey, did he get a chance to fight Ryder or not? Why did he slice Jeff up? You know, is he using that finger for black magic? Is he a warlock? Is he not a warlock? Many, many questions that I think really, really need to be answered. But with that being said, guys, like I said, I hope you all had a good holidays. Make sure you tune in for some people going live later. I do know, once again, Killamilla will be live in about an hour or so. With that being said, I thank all 110 of you guys for being in here. This was Boot Body Cam. I'll see you guys next time.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.